Continuing with the rowing lift, one of the things that we focused on was making sure that the partner keeps their feet close together, not too far apart. If they're too far apart, it challenges their base. Secondly, last time we really worked on having them base on their hands. It will be easier to transition if you allow their feet to touch the floor. Ideally, you want to transition into that before their feet hit the floor, but for today, no problem. Let them have their feet hit the floor so we can get some angle. So here, I lift, her hands go to the floor, and then if I let her feet go to the floor, that's fine. Switching angles, my foot comes underneath. Then from here, remember we want this leg to be light. This leg can be light as long as their hands are on the floor. So as I let that foot come down, I feed over and I get control of the belt. Now from here, difficult, I need to make space. I'm gonna let go of the knot for the first time. My hand comes to the inside and I'm gonna push and start making space. Ideally, you wanna move yourself, not your partner, but I'm much larger than Paige. Pulling back, load her up, straighten away, set those hooks. We're gonna drop that ankle and dump. Sorry, just a little bit. So the same setup, rowing, pulling in. I lift Miss Paige, I let her feet go to the floor, I turn in. Now you can see how spread out she is. That will make dropping the ankle very easy. When I drop the ankle, it needs to go all the way to the floor, not on the calf. This is terrible, this is amazing. So from here, I'm gonna drop the knee. Remember that when I drop the knee, I'm still holding on, all the way down. I'm still holding on to the belt. That'll give me something to pull on, straighten the leg all the way over into good side control. The person's gonna go to stand up. When they stand up, remember that we post the foot on the other side, make some space. From here, foot hooks behind the knee. Here, we tilt. When we tilt, I wanna lead with my knee underneath the thigh. Underneath the thigh, I still need to raise my hand and go to the front of the class. Now, basic sweep from this position. I am going to change grips here. I'm still behind the leg to control, thumb and top into the collar. Make sure that you grab the far collar because I want this shoulder to tilt in. Very important to tilt the shoulder because that's what's gonna turn her back towards the floor. Now, a lot of people get caught up on pulling here. It's not about this, it's about keeping her posture broken while I lift. And you see when I lift, automatically her body wants to turn, and that's because, sit up please, that's because of this shoulder being pulled in. So I'm pulling in, but that's not what's doing the sweeping. What's doing the sweeping is me taking her back leg off the floor. So when I come here and I turn her back leg off the floor, she turns over and I come up into a good knee on belly position. Same setup, she goes to stand, feet on the hips, make some space, hook. I come underneath, nice and tight, front of the class. So I'm here, but she starts to posture too much. I can't get control of that shoulder or hand in the lapel very easily. You can get control here, you can get double up here, if you can get low on the lapel, that's okay as well. But I'm gonna stretch, drop. Now when she falls, you're gonna find that it's a lot easier to pull yourself up because you have that grip. So we're playing all of the same stuff off. All right, so we go with the basic around the world. I say basic, but it's only basic when their feet are on the floor, or our hands are on the floor. Makes that leg light, we come out the back. Making space to get your shin on the back of the knee can be the hardest part, moving yourself and moving them together because both things are moving at the same time. Dropping the ankle and dumping has to be all the way down by the ankle. Your knee goes towards the floor, okay? Then the alternate setup. Alternate setup changes up what the basic sweep is. Basic sweep, hands on the floor, was around the world. Basic sweep while they're standing up, thumb in the collar, switching grips, pulling forward, they roll over, or again, ankle towards the floor and they drop. Lots of different ways to finish after they hit the floor, but the one that we worked on was straightening that leg and going straight over to side control. Make sense? Mm-hmm.